Oh, what's this? You usually have such a sharp reply, but now you can't think of anything to say. Whatever happened to the perfect, glorious, outspoken Gloria? One scolding from Mom is all it takes to shut you up. I don't have time to deal with your childish jealousy right now, but watch your tongue. It will certainly get you in trouble someday. Anyway, you too hard, Mother. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours to get started. What? Why do we have to get dinner ready?
Mommy!
Because I'll be busy taking care of Mother's other needs, like getting the wood chopped.
Mommy!
If you'd rather not, I could always tell Mother you refuse to obey her orders. Fine, I'll do it. Just pray that your food isn't poisoned. As if you'd have the guts to do such a thing, little sister. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my duties to attend to. Well, it looks like I'm stuck working with you, Cinders. Sure told her. Well, I really told her how honestly done. Of course I did. It's nice to see Gloria get a taste of her own poison once in a while. It's even nicer to see her at a loss for words. You really hate her, don't you? I never thought about it before, but I guess I do. Gloria was always cruel to me. She keeps trying to be like Mom. She thinks Mom will acknowledge her if she keeps putting me down. Well, things haven't been as bad ever since you came along. You're getting the brunt of it now. But yes, I hate her. I didn't always hate her, but I definitely do now. At least she got her due this time. She might be Carmosa's favorite, but we're the ones on top for now. True. But I don't feel that great about it. Well, that's not important. If we don't finish dinner on time, we won't be on top for much longer. It'll be nice having someone helping me with dinner for once. Hurry up and take out all the ingredients we're going to need. Why me? Isn't it obvious? I hardly step foot in the place, so naturally I don't know where anything is. Naturally. That doesn't mean you can't help with the preparation, though. I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? There's no way you can prepare dinner in 2 hours alone. I'll be in just as much trouble as you if it's not done. Mother isn't forgiving towards anyone. I figured that much out myself. Now here are all the ingredients. Ugh, this stench is unbelievable. Are they rotting or something? Oh, this is just how vegetables smell. They do grow in the soil, you know. Sure, but I can't believe you actually live with this odor. I bet sometimes you must feel like a rather large carrot yourself. Or a beetroot, maybe. That's very funny, Sophia. Besides, it wasn't exactly my own choice to move in here. I used to have a proper bedroom before Gloria took it. Of course. How could I forget? Still, you should be grateful. They say that harsh conditions help to build character. You're bound to become a diamond here while poor Gloria softens with every passing hour. Can you give me a break for once? That's how it's gonna look. I prefer to risk Carmosa's anger and prepare the dinner alone. Oh, fine. Don't be so uptight, sis. One Gloria in this house is one too many. So, what was it like before we moved in with you anyway? I'd tell her. I'll let her know. Do you really want to know? Of course. Got to talk about something, or else it'll be awfully dull in here. You can't just admit that you're actually interested in my life. Well, if you must know, the moment we started talking, I decided it's better to imagine you're a character from some bad romance novel. It's much less personal like that. You're such a darling sometimes. I know, right? I may not be the worst or best in the family, but you can't accuse me of lacking creativity. But let's get back to that book you're in. My life was different when Father was still alive. More carefree, although I suppose that's how childhood is. Father had a way with kids. I think he was rather a big child himself, always dreaming. I loved it back then. I see. And how do you feel about it now? It was great. was fantastic. I loved it all so much. Everything's so magical. He tried very hard to keep the worries of life away from me. Demons, I used to wonder what having a proper father would be like, but I think I'm all cured now. Sounds like keeping in touch with reality wasn't exactly his forte. That may be, when I was just a kid with a happy childhood. I guess there are some dreams you just don't want to wake up from. What about your mother? Do you remember her? Unfortunately, she passed away giving birth to me. I still feel guilty about it, even though I know it doesn't make any sense. Father told me a lot about her, but I don't really know if that's how she was, or just an idealized image. Either way, I know that her death had a huge impact on him. I think he was very lonely. Perhaps that was why he preferred to get lost in his dreams rather than face real life. I'm sure it got even worse after we came into your life, huh? Ew, this onion is making my eyes wet. Give that to me, I'll chop it. If you rinse the knife first, it shouldn't sting that much. As for you, I'd say my life was definitely different after you came in. Oh, just be honest. I know your life has been miserable ever since your father married our lovely mother. Trust me, it's not like Gloria and I wanted this either. Yeah, here we are, one big happy family. You can be awfully cynical at times. Oh, you noticed. Fine, yes. My life got worse when you showed up. I'm a servant, no a slave in my own house. And I'd like you to understand. Yes, what can I possibly know about it? Stupid onion. Sounds to me like it's your turn to talk about your life. Well, there's not much to say. That can't be true. It's obvious that a lot happened to you and Gloria. You wouldn't be like this otherwise. Besides, you said you wanted a conversation. So tell me about yourself. Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. When we were children, we lived out in the countryside. Our house wasn't as nice as this one, though. Our father was a military man. He got himself killed in some war and that left mother a widow. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. I hardly even saw the man. When he was around, he was like a complete stranger. Not a proper father at all. His death meant nothing to us. What about Carmosa? It must have affected her. Maybe that's why she's the way she is now. Was that supposed to be a joke? Mom didn't care about him any more than we did. Then why did she marry him? Well, why does anyone get married? Any reasons? There are a lot of reasons for people to get married. I don't think I can give one solid answer. Some do it to attain higher status or more riches. It's also a way to ensure you aren't alone when you are old. And sometimes love, or at least mutual respect, plays a role too. You're right. For instance, an ugly girl like me would only attract men looking for status. They would try to climb the social ladder using my back for rungs. It was the opposite with Mother. She used her looks to attract a man of higher social standing. If you had a penchant for melodrama, you could say she climbed his dead body to be where she is now. Carmosa comes from a poor family. They had a title of nobility, but they lost most of their riches and splendor. The only way for her to advance up the social ladder was to marry, and she was ambitious. She married an officer who was relatively rich, had a lot of accolades. She probably planned ahead even there. All I know, she chose a man who would probably die in battle so she could marry even higher later. How can you say that? That's such a cruel assumption. Cruel? It's not like she killed him. He would have died anyway. She just wanted something more out of life. It's still a cool thing to do. Cold? Sure, it's cold. It's business. I don't see what's wrong with it. Mother's not dumb. She did what she had to. There's not much room in this world for a woman with ambition, so you take what you can get. So back then, how was your life? As bad as it is now? Worse. What? How so? Well, you weren't around. Listen, if you're not around, who do you think becomes the victim? Mother's always needed a scapegoat, and Gloria would do anything to please that woman. I'm not as pretty, smart, or ambitious as them. So naturally, she humiliated me, and Mother didn't approve. didn't disapprove. And now that I'm here, they no longer target you. Is that it? That's exactly it. Mom and Gloria have a new scapegoat. My life is finally a little better. Oh, I see. So now that you're no longer tormented, you choose to torment me instead. Of course. Nothing personal, but it's either me or you, and I certainly won't be a victim again. Besides, you should be grateful. Didn't your father shield you from the real world too much? Well, now you get to see exactly what it's like. That's the way of all things. You're either the hunter or the prey. And as long as Mother and Gloria focus on you, I can go back to being my own worthless self. You're not worthless. Just listen to yourself. You're not worthless, ugly, stupid, or even cruel. My, what has made you an expert all of a sudden? That's ridiculous. It's obvious the person you hate the most is yourself. But you have no reason to. So you make up all these excuses like you're too stupid or ugly or worthless. We know it's not true, but it's still an easy way out, isn't it? Is it? You prefer to convince yourself you're nothing so that nobody will expect anything more from you. You don't have to change or do anything if you're worthless after all. You sound like you're trying to convince yourself that you're all-knowing. You're not worthless, Sophia. You know that. It's almost endearing how hard you try to see the good in other people. You're just being naive. It's not naive at all. I was paying attention when you were talking, and I learned something important. You think you're worthless because you can't measure up to Carmosa or Gloria, but it's the opposite. Carmosa is a woman of strong influence. It's easy to get drawn in and conform to what she wants. The fact that you've resisted means that you're stronger than Gloria. It means you're stronger than Carmosa. I'm sorry you had to suffer for it, but that makes you even more admirable. You really had it rough, and I know that left a mark on you, but it doesn't make you worthless. You know, I don't need your pity. Trust me, it's the last thing on my mind. You've still been absolutely horrid to me. But now that I know what happened to you, well, I just wish that you knew better. I've had enough of this. I've done enough work. You handle the rest of the dinner, can't you? Well, you don't really have a choice. I'm leaving. Fine, have it your way. Just give her the Burger King salute. For a girl who wastes her life away in the kitchen dreaming of better days, you sure can be self-righteous. For a girl so cynical and angry with the world, you sure look a lot like a self-made victim. And I suppose that entire conversation between us was pointless. Good luck with the dinner. What is wrong with her? Can't believe we actually had that conversation. That was definitely unexpected. I think I need some time to think it over. The meal is nearly done anyway. All that's left is to get one of the servants to cook the rest right before it is served. I really need to get out and gather my thoughts. Everyone is busy, and I'm sure no one will notice if I sneak out. The main hallway is empty. No surprise there. As I thought, everyone is busy right now. I don't have much time before dinner, but I'm sure I could sneak out and be back in time. All that talk about my mother reminded me that I haven't been to her grave in a long time. It might be dangerous to sneak out during the day, but I don't know if I'll get another chance. I'll just have to move as quickly as I can. Gotta go to the cemetery. I don't even remember how long it's been since I last visited the cemetery. Mother's grave isn't hard to find. It's guarded by a statue of an angel crying gracefully. Father's idea. Looking at how much pain the angel is in, it's clear that Father took Mother's death very badly. I can't bring myself to look away from the statue. I'm sorry, Father. The grave must be in terrible condition by now. I haven't had time to care for it. Wait, the grave is clean. Not just clean, but polished as well. Someone must be caring for it. Step away from the grave. Who's there? I've had it with all you great robbers. Folk like you have no shame. Holy crap. What is this? Who's there? Folk like you have no shame. What are you talking about? I'm not a grave robber. Of course you aren't. And I'm the... Hold on. I know you. You're Carmosa's stepdaughter. I am. I suppose you know Carmosa. No, Carmosa, of course not, but I sure know you. And I guess you have an advantage over me then. I have no idea who you are, skeleton-faced lady. You don't know. I live in the town. Folk there call me Madam Guide. Gaiety. Madam Gaiety. As in the witch that everyone talks about. So you have heard of me. The stories they tell are an exaggeration, though. Those half-wits label anything they don't understand as dangerous. Even more so, seeing as I'm a woman who's smarter than they are, I suppose it frightens them. Madam Gaiety. Haiti. I'm gonna call her Haiti. Although it doesn't stop them from running to me anytime they have a problem they can't fix. Personally, I prefer the term wise woman. It's a lot more appropriate, I think. People can be stupid. People can be so stupid sometimes. The instant they see something they don't understand, they fear it. It's ridiculous and close-minded. Damn sure it is. It's a very bitter outlook on life, though. I'm sad that someone so young already sees the world that way. Sad? But you said the exact same thing. I'm old and bitter, child. The world has thrown its worst at me, but you are young. You should be dreaming of doing great things, not going around calling people stupid and close-minded. So I'm supposed to be a naive dreamer just because I'm young? That's ridiculous. If you continue to argue with me, I will turn you into a toad. Wait, I thought you said you didn't know magic. I only said that the stories about me have been exaggerated, but that hardly matters now. After all, it got you to stop arguing, didn't it? True, but still. Why are you here anyway? You scared me when you shouted at me. I was just visiting an old friend. I was on the way back from picking some herbs in the forest by the lake. Oh, I heard that the forest and the lake are special. My father used to tell me they're magical. And we're talking about magic again. I can't help it. The atmosphere here is so mysterious, it does feel as if this place is magical. Do you believe in magic? Maybe a little. Maybe a little. My father raised me to believe, and I suppose I do miss my childhood, when I could believe wholeheartedly that there are so many strange and wonderful things in this world. Maybe magic really does exist. Your reasoning makes sense. And what? Does magic exist? Well, that depends on what you consider magic. Years ago, people thought medicine was magic. Some still think that way. We label things we don't understand as magic, but then what does that mean? People call fairies magical, but we could also consider them normal creatures who live in the world like we do. Birds fly and fish breathe underwater, but we don't consider them to be magical. What makes fairies different? So does that mean that fairies really exist? Well, it would certainly be unwise to claim otherwise while we're in this forest. Perhaps you would like to come visit my shop the next time you're in town. Tomorrow, maybe. Maybe. Is there any reason you're inviting me? Do I need a reason? Perhaps it's merely that I like you. Or we could talk about your mother. Wait, you knew my mother? Of course I did. Who do you think has been tending to her grave all this time? Surely wasn't you. So you were friends with my mother. There, your questions can wait for tomorrow. I'm tired and I need to return home. Shouldn't you hurry home as well? You'll be in deep trouble if Carmosa discovers you're gone. How do you know that I snuck up? Who knows? Maybe I saw it in my crystal ball. Or maybe it's just that I know Carmosa wouldn't let you wander around the woods on your own. I really want to see you tomorrow, but it won't be easy. Carmosa usually keeps a watchful eye on me. Well, then you'll just have to think of something, won't you? You won't get anything out of life if you don't take a few risks. I guess so. I'll try to come tomorrow. Mama! Excellent. I'll see you then. So take care of yourself. That was certainly an unexpected meeting, but what a character. I definitely want to speak with her again. For now, I better just concentrate on getting home. Magic or not, the witch was right about for one thing. If Carmosa finds out I snuck out, I'll be in deep trouble. I gotta go back home. Back home. I'll clear in the main hall. I don't hear anyone screaming my name. Looks like I made it back in time. Oh, pardon me, ma'am. I was just on my way out. Hey, I know you. You're that man who was with Tobias last night. Keep your voice low, Madeline. I'm trying to remain incognito here. What have you been doing here? Oh, nothing important enough to bother you. Just merely boring business stuff. Is that supposed to be a joke? Tell me or face the consequences. Tell me why you came or I have to face the consequences. Little lady trying to threaten me? What could you possibly do to me? I seem to remember that your errand here last night was supposed to be secret. How would Carmosa feel if you broke your oath and let someone like me find out that you came here? I have to wonder what Tobias would think if I told him you returned here on a secret errand. Do you think he'd hire you again? Fine, I'll tell you, you cunning girl. You're no different from the lady Carmosa. I only came because I had some knowledge that I figured Carmosa would pay a few coins for. What sort of knowledge? I said enough already, I'm out of here. Yeah. Well, that was certainly suspicious. Whatever sort of information Carmosa would consider valuable. I'll have to investigate more on my own if I want to know. I could ask someone else in the household if they know anything about this guy. Carmosa is certainly out of the question. But maybe one of the sisters? Then again, I can never tell if they're on my side or not. Might be best to play dumb and see what happens. I'll leave it for now. It's probably best not to let anyone know I saw that man. If it's important, I'll find out eventually. I better get back to my room now. Dinner will be served soon, and someone will probably come looking for me. A few hours later. I'm so worn out. Of course, Carmosa would order me to help the servants wash the dishes. I wasn't much more than a servant during dinner either. Unlike the servants, I don't get paid though. Honestly, I'd rather they don't even invite me to dinner. Picking over the leftovers is better than waiting on them. No, don't leave it there. Where's your blankets? Man. What's the blanket I'm laying on? Fine. Alright. At least I had something to occupy my thoughts while I did chores. A lot happened today. First, there was the talk I had with Sophia. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction just updated. I'm surprised that she was willing to open up to me. You see, she's so quiet and moody. She even smiled at me a few times during dinner and treated me better than usual. I wonder if she's reaching out for a friend. Maybe the two of us could be friends. Let's be friends. Let's go. Can we be friends? I think so. Her circumstances aren't much better than mine, really. And at least I had a happy childhood. She's been mistreated all her life. I wonder if I'd be the same as her if I was in the same situation. Even though she's rough and cynical, she proved today that there's a smart and sensitive girl under all that. If she stopped pushing me away, I think I could grow to like her. Still, the talk with Sophia was nothing compared to meeting with Madame Haiti in the cemetery. What a woman. She's fascinating, but I just can't figure her out. She might look imposing, but she doesn't scare me. She feels familiar and trustworthy. It's clear she cared about my mother, otherwise she wouldn't be tending to her grave. I should visit her in the town as soon as I get the chance. At least to thank her for keeping Mom's grave clean. And then there's the most mysterious event of the day. That weird man coming by the house. He was with Tobias last night, and now he's back to see Carmosa. Something must be going on here. I wonder if Tobias knows why he came. Whoever that man is, he sure gets around. I only wish I knew what his information for Carmosa was. It must be something important. I have to dig deeper if I want to find out. So many questions in just one day. This might be my big chance to finally change my life. But I'm too tired to think about it right now. After everything I've done today, I'm feeling so worn out I can barely stand. I had hoped I'd have some time to read a book before bed, but I need sleep. Maybe I'll have more energy tomorrow. Cinders, Cinders! Hello? Someone there? We are here. Who are you? I can barely see you. Oh, but we can see you quite well. What is this place? Where am I? Here in your bed. So is this a dream? It is. And none of this is real. Why? You're real. And so are we. That's real enough. But who are you? You don't remember us? Should I? Do we know each other? We know you. You don't know us, but you know of us. If you want to meet us, come to the lake. The lake? And don't forget to bring a gift. It would be improper if you didn't. Now rest, darling. You deserve it, and you'll need all the strength you can get for tomorrow. Whew, I feel like I slept a while. Okay, that's how we're gonna end it. It's a good time as any to end it right there. It's awesome.